Welcome back, cyber golfers. I got a Rapsodo courseware play for you guys today. Going to continue my local series of playing through my local courses on the Rapsodo courseware software. Today, we are going to tackle Rio Colorado, based out of Bay City, Texas. So let me get my screen session recording going on my iPad. So you guys now can see that we have Bay City, Rio Colorado selected here. So let's go ahead and hit continue. We're going to choose me as the player. We're going to play from the whites today. We are going to play all 18 holes hitting into the net. We're going to play at sea level. It looks like it's recommended high for the graphics quality, so we'll leave that the same. We'll turn terrain penalties on, and we're going to do our standard auto putt of 10 and 40 feet for the 1 and 2 putt. And let's get this course play underway. Let me just verify that we are recording on the camera over here, just to be safe. Looks good on this side. I've done that before. Told you guys many times. Made that mistake, recorded a whole session, and lo and behold, didn't get a single piece of audio. So we'll re-verify the alignment, which you guys can see is pretty much square on. We're good to go there. The Rapsodo MLM2Pro is level. And we should be in our optimal zone for ball data. So there's a spot here that I have marked off on my mat. And that looks like it's right about dead center. So we should be all good to proceed. This opening hole is a doozy. Let's hit the map. We're going to aim on that line. We're likely not going to get the 250 yards right off the bat. So our goal is to just start off with a simple 6-iron to get warm. And we're going to start it on this line. So this is a par 5 opener. That's kind of how we're going to start off. So we're going to take our 6-iron and see if we can get it down there in a nice little playable zone to at least reach this green in 3 shots. Our second shot, we're certainly going to try to play position to try to get into that 100 yard kind of zone to then make an attack on the pin. But let's get this underway. So this is my local course. It's in Bay City, Texas. It's a really nice course, by the way. It runs right near the Colorado River. And the thing that makes this unique is the back nine. The back nine is really beautiful. I can tell you that we've had a couple of floods in the area where the Colorado River has kind of swollen up with rainwater, and it started to erode towards one of the holes that kind of runs right along the back river. So that particular hole, you kind of have to, they have it under like a hazard, like if it's a fairway under repair. So you don't get the optimal experience like we used to back in the day before that river started to erode. So it's a great place. It's way out in the middle of Bay City, Texas. A lot of just beautiful trees, a lot of scenery. It's very quiet. However, there is a train that runs through the center between the fairways. I'm sorry, between the front nine and the back nine. And that, depending on the time of day, the train could be going by in the middle of your backswing and you wouldn't know it. So let's go ahead and make this swing and see what happens with our opening hole here at Rio Colorado in Bay City, Texas. 6-iron. Solid 6-iron right off the bat. Right down the pipe. We would take that 10 out of 10 times if we could hit that every single time. I am playing with my iPad Pro 13 with the M4 chip. So you're going to get that traditional 4:3 aspect ratio. You're going to see me set up with this particular camera angle because it's easier for me to put this in portrait mode alongside the gameplay just to make it a little more seamless. So I can fill the screen, so to speak. Again, we're looking for that target position of about 100 yards in. So that's actually going to be a 7-iron for us to try to reach that 155, 160 range. So let's go ahead and load the 7-iron up. Let's change our club. Again, we're going to try to do our best to make sure we're changing our clubs along the way. You guys know I just tend to forget this every once in a while when I get caught up in the gameplay. But we're going to try our best. So what we want here is a straight shot. I can even live with a little bit of a fade. but we do need to clear this water. So this is a pretty aggressive shot over the water. Need to make contact. Hit it chunky, and I think I pulled it. Let's see if we cleared the water. I think we're okay. We are just okay, and we hit our mark, 150 yards. That's what we were trying to do. That's going to leave us about 99 to 100 yards in, which for us is going to be our approach wedge. And there's our 102. And this again is just playing strategy. Playing a strategic round so we can keep this score potentially as low as possible. Again, we're always aiming to try to shoot plus 10 or under. So that's my objective today as well, plus 10 or under. So let's take this approach wedge, see if we can get it 100 yards, and hopefully walk away with a par. Hit it a little thin, and it's going to go off to the right, I believe, slightly. Might be okay. I don't think we got all of it. Did we? Yes, we did. We got a good little roll up and a roll out. And you know what that's going to do for us? If it puts us on the fringe, we're okay. If it leaves us on the green, that's a 3-putt. And it looks like it's going to 3-putt us. Oh my goodness, we didn't get it all the way there. And that's going to actually hurt us right off the bat. So again, we played that hole really well. We just did not take enough club for the second shot. Maybe should have took a pitching wedge just to be safe. Long story short is that's where we are. Going into the second hole. All right, so this is 209 yards. We are going to play the safety shot here. We're going to play the 6-iron. Try to reach that 170 zone. And then that would leave us basically a 9-iron in. So again, positioning is what we're aiming for here on this shot. Trying to get in the center of the fairway. Then make an aggressive play with the 9-iron into the pin. That's the goal. All right, 6-iron. Ooh, that's going to go out to the right. I felt the club face turn. Yep. And I actually want to see that replay. I'm not going to mulligan. I just want to watch the replay here. I felt like I hit it on the toe and that it opened up, so I want to confirm that with the replay. Impact vision. Just came across it basically. Did not close my, had my club face all messed up at, as I hit through the ball. It's going to leave us 186 yards. So something we were trying to play smartly, we ended up actually playing a little bit incorrectly. So we're going to take a 5-iron at it now to try to reach the green in 2. This does tend to fade, but I'm going to just try to fix that with my swing. I do have the 5-iron selected, so we're good in terms of club selection. This one, I tend to hit it fat the first time, so trying not to do that right off the bat, but we'll see. All right, let's go. 5-iron, see if we can make a pure contact with this. There's my Italian voice to see if we can make a pure. Here we go, 5-iron. Solid 5-iron. Did pull it across my body, but we should get the distance. And now we're going to be chipping from there, which you guys know chipping for me is always an adventure, to say the least, with the Rapsodo software. So we have 35 yards. I think we're going to go ahead and take the approach wedge, and we're going to dial up probably a quarter shot here with this approach wedge, maybe just under half. That's what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and change the club to indicate that our third shot is going to be with an approach wedge. And this is all because we did not get our drive in the fairway. So we weren't able to attack it as aggressively as we'd like to. Approach wedge, nice little chop at it. We are in the rough, so that's going to impact it. So I can go about halfway with this if I need to. It's a good little chip with the approach wedge on a great line. See, I don't feel like I got that much of the ball with that approach wedge. I just don't. That does not usually go that far with that type of swing. Going to take the same club, and I do have the approach wedge, so it's the right club. I'm going to take the same swing because that's what I believe it is. And we're just going back and forth on this shot. That is unfortunate. And again, that's me just not understanding how this Rapsodo is going to read my swing speeds, how it's going to use the terrain penalty. That just, it didn't calculate for me. Let me just put it that way. So now I'm really up a creek. trying to get a little 11-yard chip with an approach wedge. See if that got it or if it's going to run through. We just never know. And we're going to run through for a 2-putt, and that's going to end up being like a double or a triple, just because of the, in my opinion, just the unreliability of the chipping. It's going to 2-putt us. Let's see what our final score was on that hole, because that's pretty blown up. That is a triple. So we are already at +5, and we haven't even started this round. So we certainly need to get this under control. Okay, 136 yards. Generally, that's a 9-iron, but again, don't know what the golf guides are going to give us here. So let's go with the 9-iron, and let's see if we can get this back under control. I do feel like we can get some birdies here. There's an opportunity on the backside, on the back 9, where there's a couple of holes that are manageable. Let's just see if we can wrangle this in with a par. This is my 130-yard club, so let's see if we can get it 130 yards. Hit it fat, and we pulled it, so maybe not. And that is just me all the way. Did not make a pure swing with that, and that's the result. I think we can save this par, though. We'll take the 58 degree, see if we can get this 21 yards. Let's go ahead and select 58 degree in the software. There we go. Alrighty, 21 yards, what we're looking for from this Vokey. Felt like a good chip. Let's see if that's the right one. Did we hole it out? There we go, guys. I think we birdied it, so got one back. I believe we got one back. And that's how you do it, right? So this Rapsodo reads chips perfectly. Forget what I said about the first half. Laughing out aloud. So we took one back. So now we're sitting at +2, I believe, instead of +3. And that's what we got to do. We just got to slowly chip away and see where we end up. Righty, what do we have here? Might be a green light for the 3-wood. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's go with the 3-wood. I believe we can probably leave it on that line. That's what we're going to do. We're going to leave it on that line. We're going to take the 3-wood. And this is my first 3-wood of the day. So let's see how this is going to work out today. 3-wood. Pull this back into the area it needs to be in the crosshairs. First 3-wood of the day. Solid 3-wood. Pure contact. Very minimal cut. More importantly, dead center of the fairway. 200 yards. That is a great shot with the 3-wood. Everything about that felt really relaxed. Again, let's try to play smart here. 170 is all we need. That's a 6-iron. What does 200 put us at? I mean, is there a downside of trying to make pure contact with the 3-wood again? I'm going to say no. Let's go ahead and try this to get it down there. That 3-wood just felt really good. So let's see if we can repeat that shot. 3-wood, number 2 on this par 5. There it is, 2 in a row, guys. Same exact result, dead center. And did we stay out of the bunker? Yes, we did. So we have achieved it. That's basically 400 yards worth of 3-wood in 2 shots. So I'll take that. It's going to leave us 67 yards. So we're going to take the approach wedge at this. This is that little 1/2 to 3/4 swing. That's what this shot is. I do like the approach wedge. I like chipping with it. I feel like I do have a little more control with this shot, with this club, from this type of distance. But again, time will tell. So maybe I can get in the birdie circle and we can erase 2 bogeys. All right, approach wedge. It's a good little chip. See if we got it there. Nice line. Guys, I think we almost just about did it. Is it going to give it to us? Did we get a bird? Did we get it to the 1-putt zone? We did. And that's how you do it. You just got to erase it like it was not there. So the aggressiveness of going with 2 3-woods gave us that ability to get back-to-back birds. So now we are back to +1, which again, we just needed to get loose. We just need to get it under control. And here we are. Now, let's just kind of maintain that and see what happens here on out. I'm going to stick with the 3-wood based off of that performance. Let's click this button. Let's go ahead and choose 3-wood so we can maintain our... I think we're good there. Let's just make the shot. Let's just make this shot with the 3-wood. See if we can get it down there. This is key, that this club needs to be working if we're going to shoot successfully here at this course. Came across it. It's going to have some whip, but it should be okay. We should still be right on the edge of the fairway or in the fairway. And that's all we want. We just want a chance where we're not impacted by the lie penalty or the terrain penalty. And that'll give us a shot to actually go for it. This is a par 4. This is a lengthy par 4. So we're going to go for it with this 3-wood. I mean, back to back, we have to. Well, do we have to? No, but we're going to. See if we can make pure contact with this 3-wood and get it down there. 200 plus yards and then a small chip in. Hopefully for the save for par. Again, unless we run it up here. Solid 3-wood. There's that nice little baby cut. Did we get it up on the green? We're just on the outskirts. So now that's going to be a chip, which is more manageable for par. And more importantly, we are just giving ourselves the opportunity here. This is a little 21-yard chip. I think we can manage this with the 58 degree. So let's go ahead and change this to the 58 degree. The Vokey. Let's see if we can drop it in there. Nice little bump, nice little run. That's all we need. See if we got all that. I think we got it right to the outskirts. It's either going to be on the line or just outside of it. So we'll see what it does for us. It's outside of it. It's going to be a 2-putt, but that I believe, yeah. So that should be, yeah, a bogey. That's correct. That was our 3rd shot, and then it gave us 2-putt. We almost made it, though. Just a little more weight, and we would have been okay. 108 yards. This is approach wedge. We just got to get all of it. That's all there is to it. I forgot to change. Oh, no, we're good. The gap wedge is my approach, is my Vokey. All right, approach wedge, 108 yards. We want all of this contact from this approach wedge to get us that 100 yards. 108's just bonus, but we just want 100 yards out of this. That's it. That felt pure. It's on a great line. Did we hop up there? We hopped out. So now we're chipping off the from off the side. Again, we're going to take the Vokey for this little 14-yarder. We want to dial in this this chipping to make it more manageable around the green. And if this little chipper is working, then we're good. We can manage this round and kind of make sure that we don't let it sprawl. All right, 14 yards. Nice little chip. Little bump, little run. Felt pretty good. See if we got all the distance. Nice little stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. And we're good. We are in the gimme circle. For par. Rio Colorado. Just as always, when I play through these Rapsodo MLM Course 2 plays, I am going to overlay the 18 birdies GPS view of every hole as we're teeing off, so you can see the surrounding area, all the actual perimeter, all of the trees and water. You can see all that in that 18 birdies view. So just look for that when I do kind of edit this down later on. Let's go ahead and go with the 3-wood. This is what hole are we on? 7th hole, par 4, 337 yards. Yes, the only way we're gonna shoot low is to keep this 3-wood activated. Okay, we're probably gonna land somewhere, if we hit it pure, around this 212-ish range, 200 to 210. All right, let's go. Light it up. It's going to be out to the right. I saw it leave the club to the right. if we clear the bunker, we're okay. And we're okay. We're just going to be out there in the rough, but we are not in the bunker. If you guys saw me play Awesome Golf the other day, and I mentioned the bunkers in Awesome Golf are brutal. The bunkers here on Rapsodo MLM2Pro course play, they're not so severe. Still challenging, but they're not so dramatic like they are in Awesome Golf. We're gonna go ahead and take a 7-iron at this. This is my 150-yard club, 160-yard club. Out of this lie, I think we should be okay. I say that and we'll see what happens, right? Sometimes I catch this pure and the terrain penalty doesn't do anything, but it says rough. It says 75% spin, 75% speed, 85% spin. So let's see if that's the case here. If this goes 160 yards, then that's not the case, because this is a 160-yard club. I'm looking to land underneath it possibly, maybe roll it up if we catch pure contact. It's a good shot. It's a 7-iron. It's on a great line. Just on the cusp. We're going to be chipping from there, but the distance was good. Let's see what the final number was. 150. That sounds about right. That's about a 10-yard penalty that I got from that. All right, let's switch this over to Vokey and see if we can finish this off with a par. All right, 13 yards. We got to get it in the air and then stop it. That's the goal. Felt like we got it in the air. Let's see if we got it there. I don't feel like it went that far. Just don't. So again, that to me is going to be just the iffiness of the chipping with the Rapsodo. I felt like I shot it in the air, but I don't feel like it went that far in the air. So it is what it is. It's going to be a 2-putt. I believe that's going to end up being a bogey for us. Yep, it is. So now we should be sitting at plus 4, I believe. So we have a little bit of pros and cons here, don't we? 147 yards. It's going to be an 8-iron because that's our 150-yard club. Yeah, we'll take the 8-iron at it. Let's see what the front looks like. 133, 142. Yeah, I think we just stick with the 8-iron. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So we have the 8 in our hand. Looking to run this about 140 in the air. Hopefully let it just stop there on the green so we can walk away with par. 8-iron. Hit it thin, but on a good line. So let's see where that ends up. Is it going to roll up? We got a good hop, and we should be on there for par. So we did catch it thin. That seems right, 133 yards with that type of shot. Did not catch it pure. Kind of glad I didn't. Otherwise, we may have flown the green. So see what happens here. We maintain par. We're about to make the turn here. We have one more hole, par 5. Probably going to require the 3-wood off the bat. Let's see. There are 3 fictional courses that dropped on GS Pro that I am anxious to play. Might get around to them today, later on with the SkyTrack. One of them is Isla Nablur, which is the Jurassic Park Island. This is different from that other par 3, Jurassic par 3. I saw this one last night. I think it dropped. Looks very good in terms of graphics. There are different types of dinosaurs that are roaming free. It is more representative of the island in Jurassic Park. So that's one that I want to play. Then there's one called, I think it's called The Lost Islands or something like that. It's Carl's Place designed this course. It's one of the most beautiful courses I've seen in GS Pro. It reminds me a lot of the Donkey Kong, the Diddy Kong type games from the Nintendo NES. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm looking forward to playing that. And the last fictional course that I really want to play is a course that's based off of Willy Wonka, Willy Wonka's factory. I looked at that. That thing it's a sight to behold. So those are 3 that I'd like to play later today. on GS Pro to put them in my GS Pro catalog. But again, just look for that maybe later on this evening or tomorrow. Pretty cool stuff though, the fictional courses. All right, let's get this 3 wood, see if we can get in the middle. Pure contact, what we're looking for. Solid, great line. Got a little cut, but the good news is we're in the fairway, and that is how you keep everything under control. As long as you're in the fairway, you're good, because then you're hitting 100% off the deck, and you're not being impacted by the lie penalty or the terrain penalty. 248, I still think we take the 3 wood at it to just give ourselves the best chance we can. We will play it slightly this way. Let's go ahead and put it where 200 yards might land, just so we can see. And let's go ahead and make that shot here. Again, just looking to pretty much just unload on this and try to get it down there with the 3 wood. So 2 3 woods. Let's see if we can get there about, leave us just a little bitty chip in. Solid. Did pull it across my body, so that might actually have cut. Yep. And we're going to be in the rough, and that will impact us. Good news is we're not that far away from the green, so this is going to be just a chip. 61 yards. This is going to be that approach wedge. We had this one earlier. We ended up taking almost a half of a swing at it. So let's look to do something similar to that. So we're going to take that approach wedge. And this has really panned out for me in the real world. Again, I play my local course a lot here, that Austin Bayou course in Danbury, Texas. And because of how tight their fairways are, this is a perfect club for me rather than the Vokey. The Vokey is pretty useful right around the green where it's fluffy. But if I'm in the fairway, or if I'm just, kind of just off the fairway, this approach wedge has been really, really good. 100 yards to 60 to 100 yards has been the range at what this thing has been delivering. It's just based off of the wedge matrix and my swing. So we're looking for a 60-yard shot. I'm okay if I land underneath it. This would be my my 3rd shot. So yeah, we want to get close, or we want to be on the green if possible, in that 2-putt zone here. We bladed that. It's going to go low. The good news is it's straight. It wouldn't have gone that far. I'm sorry. It just wouldn't have. It didn't have that much on it. So again, that's me being picky. Should have made a better shot. I think that's me making an excuse. Now this is an opportunity for the Vokey, just because of where we are and how delicate we need to be around these greens. So unfortunately, I caused myself some havoc here. Now I got to go save it. So 18 yards, looking for a nice little bump into the air and stop it, hopefully. Again, this could go either way, just the way that this chipping goes. That felt like a decent chip. Let's see where it ends up. In the circle, we're good. So I saved par, more importantly, and we were able to execute a chip with a small distance. So those are all building blocks for, what's to come here in this round. I do still have my 4 rounds of Simulator Golf Tour that I need to get knocked out before Sunday evening. So that's in the back of my mind. And it really just depends on how I feel. If I feel loose after this session, that's something I could potentially tackle. But I really think I'm just going to save that for tomorrow, for Friday, and try to get my forward auto putt knocked out. And then I can focus potentially on my web auto putt tour on Sunday. So that's my goal. That's what I'm going to try to do. All right, we're going to go here. Let's choose our 3 wood. And let's see if we can strike this pure 3 wood. So far, I've been pretty happy with the contact here. Have really focused on my swing mechanics and repeatability. This does translate to the real world. I am hitting this 3 wood really nice in the real world. Just like that. That is on a rope with very little cut. And I am just so amazed at how that has straightened up over the last probably 3 months. Just the consistency in here is really what's paying off. I am going to go back and replay some of those rounds that I started this channel with before I had really good audio. Just going to replay them. I'm going to take down the original ones and repost updated ones. The one that I really want to play again is St. Andrews, the old course. If you guys watch that round, that is where I'm just basically throwing boomerangs and bringing them back. Boomerangs and bringing them back. And I think I can score a lot lower on that course now that I have some practice and some cycles, and I'm understanding, you know, some of my mechanics that I have to kind of do to fix my issues. Okay, we're gonna go with this. We're actually gonna go with the 9-iron here, try to get 130 yards, and then see if we can leave ourselves basically two 9-irons in. So let's bring this back to what 130 yards looks like. And that's basically what we'd have. If we hit that number twice, we'd have 2 9-irons in a row. Plus I haven't got many swings with the 9-iron in this session. So let's go ahead and see if we can hit this one pure 9-iron. It's a solid 9-iron on a great line. A little bit of a draw, so we should get our 130 out of it. I'll take that. That would have cut it in half, so we have about 130 left, maybe 125-ish. So we'll see. We'll see what the end result is. Yeah, there you go. 130, 131. We make that same swing, we should be safe. Let's go. 9-iron, back to back. I did pull across my body a little bit, so that's gonna go. I knew it. I knew it. I felt it. Oh, I caused that. Instead of following through, I actually turned my body, and that's what caused that pull. Again, because I recognize what's going on, I can fix it. It's just, you can't fix it after you hit the shot. You can only fix it on your next shot. All right, here we go. Vokey, 20 yards. We've just made this chip, so we need to make it again. And save par. Keep that +4 right where it's at, because this is the turn, and we don't want to start running up numbers on the turn, or that might make it a little impossible for us with the trying to do +10 or under. All right, 20 yards. Felt like a good little 20-yard chip. See if we got it. Almost hold it out again, so we're starting to dial in at least direction. I do believe the direction is right. Sometimes I don't feel like the weight is right. That was a really good chip. And this does translate to chipping as well in the real world. I do have a difficult time though chipping off of tight lies, so I do need to put some cycles in at the golf course on the chipping and putting area to just get a better feel for it. Because in here with the nice little lie from the Sig Pro Softy, you do get some interaction with the turf, but it's almost like you're in perfect conditions all the time. And that's not the case. Nice hole right here that runs along this water line. The way you get to this hole is pretty nice. So you actually have to drive on a little country road across the railroad tracks into the second half or the back half of this golf course. If you see right there, I'm sorry, on the right-hand side, that's basically a large pasture that separates the front 9 and the back 9. This back 9, there's water all around it. So this is the one that runs, you know, eventually it's going to run near the Colorado River. This is the one I'm really looking forward to showing you guys in the GPS 18 Birdies overview, because it really is a beautiful part of the golf course. It's my favorite part. It's really unfortunate though that the erosion is starting to wear away that hole that runs right along the side of this particular golf course. All right, so we're going to go with the 3-wood here. We're going to hit it on that line. And this is a challenging shot because the fairway is narrow. There is water, but as long as you can keep it in the fairway, you should be okay, and you can actually attack the pin. It's pretty lengthy though, so you do got to get this drive down there. Otherwise, you're almost just sacrificing bogey right off the bat. All right, 3-wood. Solid 3-wood. I would be happy with that. Nice little cut, and guess where it's going? Center of the fairway, or in the fairway at least. There's our marker that we had out there, so we certainly hit the distance. And now we have a good position at it. I like to be on this side as opposed to hitting where the water is, just because of my shot sometimes. So 168, this is still a par 4. We're gonna take I feel like we need to take a 6-iron at it because there is a bunker in front, and I'd rather be long than short. So we're gonna take a 6-iron at it. We're gonna really try to catch this 6-iron. I do tend to chunk this, so I need to focus on my follow through with the 6-iron. More importantly, I need to focus on changing the club and the software so that we have a good representation after we go follow up. All right, 6-iron. Pure contact, please, sir. Be my friend. Don't hit it chunky. That's a solid 6-iron on a straight line. We couldn't have asked for a better shot than that. That is great. Now, is it going to stay? Oh man, I'm over here looking through the net like I'm watching a movie or something. It barely hung on, but hey, that's going to put us in 2-putt zone, and we actually parred that one. That would be a bonus in the real world just because of how difficult this par 4 is. So I'll take that, par 4. This next one's a nice little par 3. Now there's water on the left-hand side. The green is not usually too far away, so it's a little misleading par 3. 111 yards. It's misleading. Certainly is challenging. I'm going to take a pitching wedge at this just to be safe. I'm going to try to make that nice little swing with the pitching wedge like we do in warm-up, because this is about the right distance for a pitching wedge. Alrighty, let's go. Easy controlled shot is all we're looking for. We hit these all day in warm-up, so let's hit it right now. Hit it thin, but on a good line. Is it going to stay up? Okay, it stayed up. There is, you can't see it from here, but it does run towards the water. So it is pretty severe. That would probably have run off in the real world, at least into the rough, because that green is that severe. Again, I'll say it because I say it all the time. I just wish that the developers would include that visibility to what the grain actually does. And I'm just looking forward to the PC software to see how that works when it finally comes out. If they can carry their 42,000 courses plus in that computer software, I think it's going to be my new best friend, because I'll then be able to play on a PC version with probably some better graphics, this same representation of my local courses that I anticipate will eventually get, better graphics as it matures. So really looking forward to the PC software whenever it drops. I will certainly trial it, demo it, and add it to my arsenal of tools here in the simulator. All right, 3 wood. This is what we're looking to hit. This is a nice one too. What we're doing is we have to hit way down there. Right there where the dot is, about 249, it starts to slope down towards a little bayou, a little bitty runoff. If you hit it too far and it catches that downplay, it's going to roll right into that little water. And then you're going to kind of be, out of luck. If you hit it too short, it's going to be a little bit challenging to try to hit it over this water. And then you are hitting onto a pretty small green that is, again, running against the Colorado River. So it's a very intimidating shot. This is one of the more beautiful holes here at Rio Colorado, just because of where it's taking you, which is down to the Rio Colorado River. Here we go, 3 wood. Solid 3 wood. Nice little cut. I would be happy with that. What you're going to see with the 18 birdies overview is all the trees that are actually here populating the left hand and the right side, because they're separating 2 fairways that you're going to make on the turn. You're going to be coming back the other direction before you go back to the last couple of holes to finish it out. This is what I was talking about. See, I can't go for it. 272 is a little too much. Even if I could, I'm going to place it right here. I can't. So what you have to do is you have to lay up, and you have to leave yourself something decent. So 150 yards, that would be decent. But here's the little catch here. If you catch this too pure and you catch the downslope, that 150-yard shot is going to roll into the water. So this is a challenging hole for that reason. We're going to go ahead and play it because I don't think the physics are going to be all that accurate in this game. So if I do catch the 150 yards, we're going to take my 8-iron, because my 8-iron is the 150-yard club. So we're going to take that club. We're going to try to hit that pure, and we're going to try to see if we can get it there. So that's what we're taking. 8-iron, looking for 150 yards. If I were to catch this pure in the real world and it were to have some run, it would end up in that little stream. I say all that and watch the physics just do exactly what I said they wouldn't do. All right, 8-iron. Looking for pure contact with this 8. That's 1. That is a great 8-iron. Very little cut, so that's going to kill some of the distance. We hit our number. I mean, we hit our number good enough. We were at 135. That's because it had some fade, so that did kind of slow it down some. But now I'm in a good position. 138. I mean, I technically could take this same club. I'm okay if I fly this slightly. It's up one, so it's really like 140. I'm going to go ahead and stick with this 8-iron. I think it's the right call. We'll try to play that same shot, maybe with a little bit of fade, and try to get it up there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open my club face to give it some fade, and that should kill some of the distance if we catch it pure. Club face is open. Same swing. And we did get it. We did get some fade. That should have killed it some. And that was a calculated swing. We wanted to just get on there. We didn't want to fly it. That's a normally 150-yard club. We took some of the pace off by opening the club face, creating fade. And that's golf. Whenever you can execute the shots. That's all golf is. Understanding physics. The physics of the ball flight. The physics of the spin. So that's a very, very well executed par 5. This used to be my favorite hole. Again, I can't wait to show you guys this image. The whole right-hand side runs along the Colorado River. It is, if the river's low, it is a massive drop to the bottom. We used to traditionally, we would tee up a ball here on the tee box. We would point across the, position ourselves facing the river, and we just would hit it over the river and try to land on the embankment on the other side, which it's not that difficult to do, but it's just one of the things we did when we got there. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat, a hole right here. This is where I'm talking about though. The whole right-hand side is now eroding towards the fairway. So I don't know what they're gonna do if it keeps to go this direction, if it keeps moving this direction. We're just gonna have to see what happens if it can withstand the test of time. We're gonna go ahead and take that 160-yard club. That 160-yard club for us is a 7-iron. I always make the mistake of trying to play a 3-wood or a 5-iron, and I end up in the bushes. I end up in the river just because it entices you to want to drive it. I don't go for it anymore because it's gotten me every single time because it does beg you to drive it. 272 yards. It's like, come on, drive it. Can't do it. So we're going to take this 7-iron, see if we can get it 160 yards down the center, and then make a nice approach with the pitching wedge. That's the goal. Strategy, if we can execute. Solid 7-iron on, guess what? A straight line down the middle, and we got our 150 yards. So I was aiming for 160. I believe I got 150. I'm okay with that. 124 is what's left. That's going to be a 9-iron. The point here is that now we have a manageable shot. This is a normal distance for our 9-iron, especially right now because our swing speed's not completely up. So this would be an easy 9-iron if we catch it pure. Bunch of ifs, but let's see if we can do this. 9-iron. That's a good 9-iron with the easy swing on a straight line. That should do it. Oh yeah, that looks nice. In fact, we might be on the edge of a birdie. Maybe just one tick behind it. Yeah, that is very, very close, but I'm happy with that. We parred it. That's the important part. Gave us 2 putts, but I would be happy with that. I could 2-putt that for par. Possibly a bird. I mean, just depends. If that line was straight, it might have been a straight putt for bird. Again, used to be one of my favorite holes. Those last 2 holes, that one and the one before it, my favorites. This one, it's a nice one. It's just another par, 350 yards. The last time I played this, they had it way up, like closer in front of the red tees. It was more like just a little wedge in. And that's, again, because the erosion, because they had to move the cart path to the left-hand side of that previous hole. So a lot of things are changing with this course that it's just unfortunate because it was a beautiful course. Still is, but you can tell it's almost on its way out just because Mother Nature's taking over on this back 9. 150 yards up 2. This should be that 7-iron that I just hit. I just hit the 7-iron 150 yards. So again, let me go ahead and change that in the selection here before I jabba-wop too much. 7-iron. Let's see if we can make that same shot with the 7-iron and get it 150 yards. Okay, 7-iron, 150. That's what we're looking for. It's a good 7-iron. See if we got it. It's going to be in the bunker. We got our distance. I said 150 yards, right? We got 150 yards. Unfortunately, we're in the bunker. So now we need to get ourselves out. We need to be in that one putt circle if we want to keep this score alive. So let's change this to the Vokey. And let's just get it out of there. And let's get it onto the green. And let's get it in that one circle. In that circle for par. 15 yards. We want to hit this with some the club face open and pop it up and drop it in there. Let's go. That's a good chip. Let's see how far it ends up going. I didn't get enough spin off of it, but again, I'm happy with that chip. I could live with that in the real world if I had ended up in that bunker. Another thing too I forgot to mention is most of these bunkers, they don't have sand in them anymore. And a lot of that has to do with just either the floods that come out of the river have washed them out and they just haven't replaced it, but they're not as intimidating because they don't have sand in them anymore. Still, you have the dips as if there were a bunker there, but a lot of these that are indicated with bunkers don't have bunkers anymore. So it depends on the 18 birdies, how accurate or how recent that image is, if it's going to depict if there's bunkers or not. Let's go ahead and go with the 3-wood here, try to get this 210-ish yards from it and see where we end up. We are on the 16th hole. Yeah, we're zeroing in here, so let's finish it out strong. 3-wood. Solid. It's going to have some fade to the right. Oh, I guess we caught it square at contact. I did hit the mat. That might have straightened it out at the last second. Actually, some draw, so it might have kicked it over. 206. I can live with that. We wanted to go 200. We went 206. Now we could approach this with a, again, I kind of feel like it's an 8-iron, not a 9-iron. It's 132. It's 136. I'll take an 8. I will take an 8. Because otherwise I have to power up a 9-iron to get the 130 yards out of it. So we'll take an 8-iron at it and see if we can get it there. Maybe hit it with some fade just to kill some of that. Again, because that's an option we have. If we don't want 150, 130 is open the club face. That's what we're going to do. Open the club face, hit this 8-iron. And we did with the club face open. We got the fade. And that's going to kill the distance slightly. And we dropped at 130. So we're good. We did exactly what we needed to do with an 8-iron by opening the club face, killing some of the distance, dropping it in there. Well executed. So I did not have to power that like I would have normally had to do with the 9-iron. I took an easy swing with the club face open, created that fade, and brought it into the green. All that is just practicing MLM, SkyTrack on the driving range, on the SkyTrack, using those, what do they call those? I think they call them, I can't remember what the name of the ranges are. Game improvement ranges. Alrighty. We don't need a 3-wood here. What we might do is we might take a 2 hybrid. We have not hit a 2 hybrid. Let's give the 2 hybrid a shot here. 2 hybrid is the 190 yard club. The problem with the 2 hybrid is that it tends to fade dramatically. So let's see if we can fix that. I did turn the head into a more draw bias, but this one still tends to fade on me. So let's go. Let's see if we can hit this 2 hybrid pure. Want to come around it. Going to line up with that in to out swing. Make that swing with the 2 hybrid. Same thing I would do with the 3-wood. Same swing plane. Let's go. That's a solid 2 hybrid. Let's see what it does. There it is. I told you guys it's going to bleed out, but it's going to be our distance. I said 190. We got 187. More importantly, we understood what this club does. So we lined up to play the best shot with this 2 hybrid. And we got it where we needed it. So now we have 134. It's 137, really. We've just made this shot 2 times in a row with an 8-iron. So we're going to take that shot with an 8-iron. Club face slightly open. And see if we can get this 130 yards out of it. With a nice, relaxed, open face, easy swing. All those things we're trying to do. 3 wood. I mean, an 8 iron with the club face slightly open, trying to land it on the surface. Want a little fade to kill the distance. We got it. Let's see how far it fades though. That's the same exact shot. I think we have literally dialed this club in to the max. If we would have got one more hop, we would have ended up birdieing it. More importantly, we are tacking 130 yards easily with an 8 iron. So now that's in our bag. Do you need to bust out a 9 iron full or an 8 iron? And I think what we get with the 9 iron is we get a sharper descent angle if we need to drop it onto a green, whereas the 8's gonna have a little flatter flight, just a minimal one. Good news is we're in the 18th hole here, and we've managed to kind of keep everything under control. You guys see that string of pars? Very, very good. Okay, so let's finish off this 18th hole here. We're going to go with the 3 wood because that is what this calls for. We'll go right there. Hit the 3 wood. Let's see what that, check that real quick. All good. All right, 3 wood, let's go. Want to hit it somewhere in the center. We certainly want to hit it pure. And we want to finish off this 18th hole strong and hopefully just +5 max, or maybe we'll drop it down one here. You never know. 3 wood, depends on this drive. Hit it low, and it's a burner. The good news is we have enough cut that we're going to bring it back over to the fairway. So it worked out. We're at least in the fairway, but that's going to make it a little challenging now to reach the green. We're not going to reach it. This is a par 4. It's a very, very lengthy hole as well. So going to have to take a 3 wood at it again, I believe. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. We're just going to have to make better contact on that line. So 2 3 woods is what we're looking for. That first one was not a good 3 wood. Let's make a better showing here at the last 3 wood of the day, hopefully. That's a better 3 wood right there. Came across it. We're going to be in the fairway though, and we're going to have a really good angle into the pin. So I could live with that. Now we need to make an aggressive approach. Try to land it in that 1 putt circle to maintain +5. If not, 2 putts not necessarily the end of the world. We still end with our goal of +10 or under, which would be a great score at this golf course. 74. Need to pull up my specs from the last time I played this. I think I shot an 88 the last time I played this in real life. I have to pull that up. 74 yards to the pin. That's like a 3/4 approach wedge, because again, that's been my club of choice to dial in this type of distance. So we're going to take that 3/4 approach wedge at it and see if we can get it that 70-ish yards. All right. Hopefully this is the last shot. If we can land at least in the 2-putt territory, and then we just call this a day with Rapsodo MLM2Pro course play, Rio, Colorado. Last shot, hopefully. Let's go. It's a great approach wedge. Let's see how far it goes. Is it on a dime? It's certainly in the 2-putt territory. So what made that difficult was how lengthy that hole is. It's going to end up giving me a bogey for +6 because this is a par 4. So that's going to 2-putt me. That was my 3rd shot. That's going to give me a 5. And then I believe the scorecard is going to say +6. So let's look at that scorecard. We shot a 78, which is +6. Again, in real life, my best score there, I think, was an 88. I have to go double check it. We just played it recently, so thank you guys, as always, for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching that Rio, Colorado course play. I am going to go back later and overlay those GPS 18 birdie views of the holes so you can get the true picture of what that looks like. So we'll certainly see you guys next time. Thank you, as always, for watching.